July 7th, 1990, Kamkunji grounds. The day Kenya's second liberation was baptized in blood. But 35 years later, the ghosts of Saba Saba are back. Why? Because the fight never ended. It just put on new clothes. In order to understand what was happening in Kenya in the 1990s, we must step into the time machine. Our journey begins with the Independence Constitution crafted between 1960 to 1963 at Lancaster House in London. While it established Kenya as a parliamentary democracy, its creation involved no popular referendum. The document, however, contained progressive elements such as a federal majimbo system to protect regional interests, a bicameral parliament, and strong protections for civil liberties. However, these safeguards would soon be systematically dismantled. Within just 1 year of independence, the Majimbo system was weakened. By 1966, the Senate was abolished. The 1969 Constitution completed this centralization of power, creating what scholars would later call an imperial presidency. What began as a multi-party democracy had transformed into a de facto one-party state by the end of Kenyatta's rule. On June 25, 1982, Parliament amended the Constitution, inserting Section 2A, officially declaring Kenya a one-party state under KANU. The timing was significant as this was done just weeks before the August 1982 coup attempt, which the Moi government would use to justify even harsher crackdowns on dissent. Remarkably, history has come full circle. Just as June 25, 1982 marked the formal end of the multi-party democracy at the time, June 25th in recent years has become a date of popular resistance. By 1990, Kenya had endured 8 suffocating years under Section 2A. The one-party state had banned all opposition, rigged elections through the infamous Mlolongo system, and detained critics without trial. But the people's anger was reaching a boiling point when veteran politicians Kenneth Matiba and Charles Rubia, both former KANU insiders, broke ranks to demand multi-party democracy. They ignited a firestorm. Their bold call for a July 7th rally at Kamkunji electrified the nation. Dawn broke on Saba Saba to a nervous Nairobi. Despite government threats banning the rally, thousands began streaming into Kamkunji from all directions. By mid-morning, over 5,000 people had gathered, waving twigs. The mood was tense but determined. Then the government struck. First came the tear gas canisters. Then the GSU's armored trucks rolled in, officers firing live rounds into the crowd. Protesters scrambled for cover as baton-wielding police chased them through the streets of Nairobi. The violence spread like wildfire. In Nakuru, demonstrators barricaded roads with burning tires. In Kisumu, crowds stormed government vehicles. By nightfall, Nairobi's streets resembled a war zone, shops looted, cars ablaze, the air thick with smoke and screams. Official reports claimed 20 dead. The truth, well, far higher. The crackdown was brutal but futile. Even as Matiba, Rubia, and others were dragged to detention, their message had already spread across Kenya. The genie of freedom could not be forced back into the bottle. Within months, international pressure forced Moi to repeal Section 2A. Within a year, opposition parties were registered. And within a decade, KANU's dictatorship would fall. The true victory wasn't just political change. It was the awakening of Kenya's democratic spirit. The courage shown at Kamkunji proved that no regime, no matter how powerful, could forever silence the people's will. Today, as new generations take to the streets, they walk in the footsteps of those Saba Saba heroes. Their fight for accountability, justice, and true democracy remains our unfinished business, the precious inheritance of July the 7th. Some dates live forever in a nation's memory. For Kenya, Saba Saba is one such date, not just as history but as a reminder that freedom is never given, it is taken.